By Chris Wallace. He is the anchor of Fox News Sunday. Chris, I just want to kind of pick up on what Ed Henry was just saying there. Look, there's no UN backing for this. There's no coalition of the willing, so to speak, and Congress doesn't seem very satisfied at the way things are progressing here. So it appears the president really is willing to go this alone.
Yeah, but other presidents have as well. I can remember in 1983, Ronald Reagan invaded Grenada at a time when the medical students at a college there were supposedly in danger. He went ahead and did that. Same with Bill Clinton in the bombing of Bosnia and then Kosovo back in the 90s. So presidents have, on limited bases, taking these actions on without getting congressional approval. They see that as part of their powers under the Constitution as commander-in-chief.
Yeah, and you heard Secretary Kerry say, look, we have to do something here. Are you surprised, Chris, that the something hasn't been laid out in a little bit more detail? I know they're not going to lay the whole plan out, but we don't know what the goal is. What are they hoping to accomplish, and what happens after this limited military strike, or this salvo, as the president calls it?
Well, listen, I'm surprised that we've laid out as much as we have. I think that they've, in fact, the administration may have been too involved in laying out what we're going to do. It's going to be very short, 2 or 3 days. It's going to be standoff missile attacks. It's not going to be aimed at regime change. It's only going to be a punitive action to stop the Assad regime from using chemical weapons. As my colleague Charles Krauthammer said, if they said the time, then it wouldn't disturb dinner in Damascus tonight. I've actually been surprised, and I think, in fact, the administration has said too much, particularly too much, about what it's not willing to do. I think some healthy fear on the part of Assad and his regime might be a good thing at this point. As far as the long-term strategy, again, I think the administration has made it quite clear: no boots on the ground, no involvement in the civil war, no regime change. This is simply an effort to set a marker as to what we are or are not willing to accept in terms of chemical weapons use, but we're not going to get involved in trying to oust Assad and put the rebels into power. You can argue whether that's a good policy or not, but I don't think that the administration has been lacking in stating what it's about.